Okay, it's July 2024. I hope you can hear me over my Zen fountain. But I have decided to go all in on YouTube, and I'm gonna explain why. So if you hang on the next, I don't know how long this video is gonna end up being, 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 8 minutes, I'm not sure. If you hang on that amount of time, I'm gonna take you on a journey of why I'm going all in on it, why I think you should, what creators I'm learning from that are pushing me to do it, and why I think it's gonna be worth it. So let's go. Okay, so here's my metaphor for you for why I'm going all in, okay? This is my little tomato plant. We've got some tomatoes coming up, which is sweet. I don't know why we have such a tiny little garden, but we do. Anyway, they started as seeds, right? Put 2 tomato seeds down in there, and this is where we're at today. And we're seeing growth, and it's taken a few months, but we're starting to see tomatoes come out, and eventually they're gonna be red and ripe and ready to eat. That's really exciting. What does that have to do with YouTube and my channel? I've had my channel for many years. You can go see, I don't know, it'll show you if it's 6, 7, 8 years, 5 years, I can't remember, but I've had it for a long time. And I've had moments where I have posted some content and made some videos or posted old sermon clips or whatever. And obviously those didn't do anything because I never stuck to it. I planted a couple seeds, but I didn't water it, I didn't cultivate it. Part of this, why it's growing so well, is we stayed in tune. We stayed down here, we're picking weeds, we're watering it, we're cultivating it, and here we are, here's the outcome today. Over the last, going into March of this year, I said, you know, what if I post 1 video a week? And I've somewhat done that. I had a couple weeks where I was really busy, I didn't make a video, and I saw some great results. So here's the look of it. I don't know how to go through all the analytics with you, but you see that my watch hours are way up, almost at 1,000. I've gained 350 subscribers in that amount of time. And I'm seeing that as I water it, cultivate it, I'm seeing growth from YouTube. So that's why I'm doing it. Also, I'm seeing that there's kind of a landscape and differences between different social medias. YouTube, in my opinion, isn't really a social media. It is a search engine, obviously, and it kind of have to do with entertainment and education. And those are the things that I really care about. On other socials, we see TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, really hard to grow organically on there. And I'm seeing that the opposite is true in YouTube. I'm growing organically, getting subscribers, people who want to hear what I have to say. And so that's really cool and really encouraging to me. So is my goal just to be a YouTube influencer, a YouTube creator, or do I have a bigger goal? And that's important for you to figure out as well. So let's talk about it. And let me explain this to you while I sit in my little Zen area, my oasis that I created on the side of my house. This used to be really gross, and now I made it nice. My ice bath's on the end. I can sit here, I can make videos. I actually made a YouTube video about it in the last couple months, and it was one of the reasons people liked that video. So I was like, sweet, let me keep making content. All right, my vision of why I'm making content, is yes, how cool would it be to get a ton of subscribers and people who jump on and love what I have to say and are impacted by it. And also I make some money by monetizing, right? Just literally straight from YouTube paying me to make good content. Like, that's exciting. That's a really cool added benefit. But also deeper than that is I have a mission. I have a calling on my life. You can see on my hat right here. In the Meantime is my brand. And I started a company called The Meantime Company that I just birthed this year. And it's this idea of wanting to help people that feel stuck, that feel like they're in a rut, specifically men, but really everybody. And the fact is that we all have different seasons and phases we go through in life. And we might say, hey, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna get there, or maybe one day I'm gonna have a big YouTube channel. But in the meantime, I'm doing X, right? And so for me, I realized that life happens in the meantime. We all have goals, we all have dreams, things we want to accomplish, but life happens in the meantime. So how can we enjoy the here while getting there? That's my hope for everybody, is that, hey, no matter where you're headed in life, you can also find joy, peace, contentment, married with your ambition, married with your drive, and you can create a great life, not just one day, but right now. So for me, the reason why I want to be heavy on YouTube, and A, because I'm seeing success, B, is because I want to preach and teach that mission. I want to help as many people as possible come to a place where they love their life, where they're excited to wake up in the morning and to do some incredible things. So there's a few ways that I'm doing that. And again, it's all connected to my YouTube, but here's how I'm doing it. Also, before we jump to that, part of it is just I'm addicted to life. Look at my mug, life addict, right? I want to help people get addicted to their life. All right, so ignore my med ball. I got some weights underneath here. I didn't really strategically think through where I was putting my whiteboard. But if you have a mission, a way of life that you're trying to teach, trying to get out to the masses, then why wouldn't you use all the mediums at your disposal to try to get that message out as much as possible? So that is why I was like, boom, going all in on YouTube, sharing this message, the meantime philosophy, helping people enjoy the here while they're trying to get there. It's chasing goals and being happy in the meantime. So that's that. A little bit about me real quick is I was a pastor for 6 years. And so I've kind of been coaching, walking with people through life for a long time. I was always a pretty tactical pastor, meaning I was always kind of focused on discipline and growth and personal development as much as I was on the spiritual side, which to me, they go together. But I love speaking. I love communicating. I had opportunities to speak to large crowds. That's something I really want to keep going. I want to continue to speak and get my message out there, eventually get a book going, all that type of stuff. So again, I come back to YouTube to say, okay, well, I want to propel my message that way. I think that can open doors for speaking. So whatever it is for you, I think YouTube can open a lot of doors. Whatever your business is, whatever the thing you care about, we hear Gary Vee. He's always talking all the time about why you should post, the doors that it can create, how it can help you live your passion, live your dreams. And so that is why I'm doing this. Omar, he's a guy that Omar El Khatori is his last name. He was a pastor. I still think he is kind of a pastor, but he has the Video Depot. And he has really great content on why you should be going all in on these platforms, sharing your message. So that's one thing that really pushed me to the edge. So Omar, if you see this, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. So let me get into my business real quick. It'll be short, but I'm just going to help you see why YouTube, I believe, is going to be something that helps magnify and propel my business. So the meats and potato behind the Meantime Company is basically this: coaching, community, and experience. Boom. Coaching, this comes from the side of, hey, I was a pastor, that's what I did, and I think everyone needs a coach for different areas of their life. That's how you grow, that's how you get better. For me, the focus here is gonna be financial. I'm a certified financial coach, not a wealth advisor. I'm just here to help people that say, hey, I'm making decent money, I need to get my money in order. So I need to create a budget, I need to begin to pay off some of my debts, I need to start investing, and that way I can build the life that I dream of when it comes to the life I want to live, but also just with my money. So financial, but also just personal. Like, hey, where are areas that you want to get better at? And we'll talk about that in a second. Community is, I have a guys community. Who doesn't? But mine is less about me being the guru and more of us kind of being on this research journey together. How to live the best possible life possible. It's basically a book club on steroids, right? So we do a book a month. We have a theme for the month that we stick around. We have online engagement the whole time, and we do a couple of live experiences throughout the year. But then once a month, we get together in person. We do some exercises, ice tubs, hot tubbing, breakfast, whatever. So that's for guys in their 20s and 30s. It's a pretty cheap community where it's just saying, hey, we're going to encourage, celebrate, challenge one another as we climb towards the direction of hitting our goals. Experiences are, last year I threw the Meantime Weekend. It was my first one, kind of the feeler. I had 8 guys go, and basically it's all the things I just talked about scrunched into a 3 to 4 day period. So for me, I want to see this grow. I want to impact as many guys' life as possible. The focus, the niche is 20, 30-year-olds because, you have to kind of niche it down. But my message is for everybody. My main focus point for the Meantime Company is that when I look at the landscape of culture and when I see, hey, how are people doing and why are they down? Why are they anxious? Why do they feel depressed? It becomes clear that there are 3 categories of our life. I call them the 3 pillars, that if we are lacking any type of health, any type of pursuit and growth in them, that we're going to end up feeling stuck. We're gonna feel anxious. We're gonna easily more slide into kind of a life that's a little bit more depressed. And those areas are this: our mindset, okay? Our mind, and then our money, and then our movement. Boom, boom, boom. Those three areas are kind of the pain points of, if we're not growing in these areas, we're not gonna feel like we're growing at all in our life. So for mind, it's, hey, what I put in, I get out. How am I restructuring my mindset? Scripture tells us that, hey, don't conform to the ways of the world and what everyone else is doing in culture, but instead be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So we gotta focus every day on what's going in our mind, because that's gonna create the outcome of our life. Money. Are we doing jobs that we like? Are we managing our money well? Are we building for the future, right? If we're not using our money to build for the future, then we're just squandering it, and we're gonna end up at a place somewhere where we don't wanna be. Huge point here is, my focus on this is 20, 30-year-old guys saying, hey, how can I see what money's coming in? How can I manage it well? How can I pay off a lot of my consumer debt, right? Student debt, car loans, stuff I bought with credit cards that I shouldn't have. And then how can I begin turning my mind towards investing? How can I make my money work for me? And also in that is kind of career, vocation. Are you doing work that you love? And if you're not, what steps can you start taking to do work that you love? So I teach about side hustles. That's why a lot of you that have become subscribers watch my video on how to start a window cleaning side hustle. So that's awesome. And I'm gonna keep talking about that, because that's what has allowed me to get to this point. I actually had window cleaning as a side hustle. Then I jumped from full-time ministry to do that full-time. And that has given me the space and the margin to begin to build this, focus on YouTube, focus on my company. Movement, kind of two parts. That's relationships and your physical life. So are you paying attention to your health? Are you exercising? Are you eating healthy? Are you watching your sleep? Whatever, right? Like, are you paying attention to it? And then relational wise, what are you moving like within your relationships? Do you have relationships that are taking you up and to the right, or are they pulling you down, right? So it's all about intentionality, creating the type of life that we love living today while we're building one in the future that we continue to love. So that is kind of my whole company. There's 6 components to this. I'll get into it later. But my point is all about why I'm using YouTube to blast this mission, to continue to preach and speak about helping people live lives that are fulfilling, exciting, and something that they're addicted to. The last few years, I've really wanted to do this, wanted to commit to this, and I've been afraid. I've been scared. The common fears. What are people gonna think? Are they gonna think I'm trying to be some wannabe influencer? My answer to that is, it's not wannabe. I'm wanting to be an influencer, but not a social media influencer. I want to influence people's lives. I want them to begin to put practices in place that help them build better lives. I've always been that way. That's what my career was before. Even as a college student, I was on the football team. And so, even then, walking with guys to help them make their lives better. That's always who I wanted to be. So yes, I want to influence people to make their lives better. The other fear was, well, what if I make a bunch of content and it doesn't work? Well, you won't know until you consistently make content. So that's why I've committed to it. And I'm seeing what I feel like is success. It's growth. And so that gets me excited. The third part is, there's a lot of people in this space, Tim. Everyone's trying to be a coach. Everyone's trying to be a guru, right? Yeah, those are thoughts that I have. But you know what? Not everybody is me. And that is why I've decided, you know what? Hey, bet on yourself. I bet on myself for the window cleaning business, and it worked. So why wouldn't I do the thing I'm truly passionate about, right? And my thing is less about giving a bunch of crazy, weird hacks and tips and things like that. And instead of just this kind of constant drum of saying, hey, your life can be better. You're worth putting disciplines and practices in place that can help your life be better. I don't need to sound fancy, and I don't need to try to impress people with a life that isn't real. Instead, it's, hey, here's my normal real life. I have some major goals. One of them is to pay off our house in full within 5 years. There's $158,000 left on my mortgage. I thought, well, it'd be really cool, really great goal to get that completely paid off. then you have options and you just raise your income because now you don't have a mortgage, right? So I'm gonna share those kind of journeys with you because again, it's not me hopping in a Ferrari or on a private jet or whatever. I'm a guy in the dirt. I'm with you. I'm working towards building a better life in the meantime, whether it's in my mindset, my money, and my movement. And so I want to share that stuff with as many people as possible. So with that said, I'd love if you subscribed, if you jumped into my channel and stay involved. And if you're saying, yeah, I want to watch more content like this, subscribe, share it with your friends, like the videos, comment. Guys, I've been really encouraged by just the last couple months of how many people hop on and have good things to say in the comments. How cool is that, right? And so I am anxious to see more of that and to impact people as my life is impacted. And yeah, that's it. We're just going to be a part of the journey together. If you want to check out the Meantime Company, it's just meantimecompany.com. Obviously, it's in my description. You can check it out. You can book me to speak. You could be a part of my community. You could buy one of my programs, whatever. You could do one-on-one coaching with me, whatever it is. Would love to help you out there. And I guess I'm going to wrap up the video here. Yeah, so with that said, in the meantime, enjoy the here while you're trying to get there.